Welcome to Disneyland, USA. This was all a Disney dream little more than 20 years ago. A far-out project that was totally unproved. Today, 140 million people have come here from every state in America and from almost every nation around the world. In Town Square on Main Street, many have paused to read the dedication plaque that symbolizes the warm and friendly spirit of Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom. To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here, age relives fond memories of the past. And here, youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world. Disneyland grew out of Walt Disney's own disenchantment with traditional amusement parks. Here was no mere amusement park. Here was a whole new concept in family entertainment where parents and children could have fun together. The touchstone of Disneyland's success has been its concern for people, a wholehearted dedication to the happiness of the people who visit here. Today, Disneyland has established standards of performance unsurpassed in all the world. Yet, in the planning and building, there were no standards to follow. Whatever worked became the code. Whatever failed to meet the public need was changed, replaced by a better idea. Tribute to the achievements at Disneyland by Walt Disney and his design staff has been paid by many highly respected planners and builders. Among them, James W. Rouse, developer of the new town of Columbia. In his keynote speech before the 1963 Urban Design Conference at Harvard University, Mr. Rouse said in part, quote, "I hold a view that may be somewhat shocking to an audience as sophisticated as this, that the greatest piece of urban design in the United States today is Disneyland. If you think about Disneyland and think of its performance in relation to its purpose, its meaning to people, more than that, its meaning to the process of development, you will find it the outstanding piece of urban design in the United States. It took an area of activity, the amusement park, and lifted it to a standard so high in its performance, in its respect for people, in its functioning for people, that it really has become a brand new thing. It fulfills all the functions it set out to accomplish unself-consciously, usefully, and profitably to its owners and developers. I find more to learn in the standards that have been set and in the goals that have been achieved in the development of Disneyland than in any other single piece of physical development in the country." Unquote. With the success of Disneyland in California, Walt Disney and his staff turned their skills across America to a project so vast that from the beginning it was destined to be a whole new Disney World. On 27,000 acres of land in central Florida, on a site twice the size of Manhattan Island and about the same size as the city of San Francisco, Walt Disney World opened its gates for the first time in October 1971. Today, a visit to Walt Disney World is a visit to many lands and times. More than 10 million people have come here each year to stroll through the Magic Kingdom, where the worlds of fantasy, yesterday and tomorrow come to life in 6 theme lands. To join the luau under the palms of the Polynesian Village Resort Hotel. To ride a swift monorail train to the contemporary resort, as contemporary as tomorrow. To follow the trail to the Fort Wilderness campgrounds, nestled among the tall cypress and pine. To tee off on 3 of the finest golf courses in all America, or watch the professionals in their annual tournament here. And to discover the unique shopping village at Lake Buena Vista, the host community. Wherever you turn, Walt Disney World is a new kind of family destination resort. The vacation kingdom of the world. Tribute to what has already happened here, and a hint of what may come in the future, has been paid by many planners and critics, among them Peter Blake, the highly respected former editor of Architectural Forum magazine. Writing in New York Magazine, Mr. Blake said in part, "The truth of the matter is that the only new towns of any significance built in this country since World War II are Disneyland in Anaheim, California, and Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Both are new, both are towns, and both are staggeringly successful." I'm really not trying to be funny. Only the Disney people have created in this country during the past 25 years or so what New York City Mayor John Lindsay called Fun City. Only the Disney people, of all the new towners in the United States, are building a whole city of 27,000 acres. Only the Disney people, of all the daring new town planners in the United States, have constructed new mass transit systems, monorails that shoot right through buildings, aerial tramways, water buses, and only the Disney people have built lakes and lagoons, housing, stores, golf courses, stables, nature trails, and camping grounds, while not at all bankrupting themselves or the taxpayers, and making the people of Florida and Southern California and the world happier and happier. In other words, it is Walt Disney Productions, and not our innumerable U.S. city planning agencies and experts, that has created the first great, vibrant new town in America. Unquote. David Brinkley of NBC News also saw the future in Walt Disney World.
Peter Blake, the architectural editor of New York Magazine, recommends that all of New York City's town planning work be turned over to the Walt Disney Mickey Mouse organization because they seem to be the only people in America who are able to get anything done. Now, don't laugh. When you look around at this new town they have built here in Central Florida, you will think he is right. It is the most imaginative and most effective piece of urban planning in America. And that is totally aside from the Mickey Mouse amusement park area itself. It is outside of the park on Disney's own land, which is about twice the size of Manhattan. On this, they have built roads, transportation systems, lakes, golf courses, campgrounds, riding stables, stores, hotels, and so on. And they all fit together in a setting of land, air, and water better than any other urban environment in America. We all remember seeing years ago those slick, futuristic drawings saying what the future of the American city was going to be. Gleaming buildings, fast monorails, people in one place, cars in another. Well, this is the future, and none of it has happened. Nobody has done it but Disney.
No man could have resisted the pride of accomplishment these tributes and many more critical appraisals represent. And even more, the excitement and enthusiasm of more than 10 million people who visit Walt Disney World each year. But Walt Disney would have regarded his work only just begun with the opening and popular success of this new kingdom. For Walt had a much greater dream for this world, a dream that will challenge the imagination and ingenuity of not just the Disney staff, but of creative people the world over. Listen now as Walt Disney describes in his own words the goals he set for Walt Disney World.
But the most exciting, and by far the most important part of our Florida project, in fact, the heart of everything we'll be doing in Disney World, will be our experimental prototype city of tomorrow. We call it EPCOT, spelled E-P-C-O-T. Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. Here it is in larger scale. EPCOT will take its cue from the new ideas and new technologies that are now emerging from the creative centers of American industry. It will be a community of tomorrow that will never be completed, but will always be introducing and testing and demonstrating new materials and new systems. And EPCOT will always be a showcase to the world for the ingenuity and imagination of American free enterprise. I don't believe there's a challenge anywhere in the world that's more important to people everywhere than finding solutions to the problems of our cities. But where do we begin? How do we start answering this great challenge? Well, we're convinced we must start with the public need. And the need is not just for curing the old ills of old cities. We think the need is for starting from scratch on virgin land and building a special kind of new community. So that's what EPCOT is, an experimental prototype community that will always be in a state of becoming. It will never cease to be a living blueprint of the future, where people actually live a life they can't find anywhere else in the world. Everything in EPCOT will be dedicated to the happiness of the people who will live, work, and play here, and those who come here from all around the world to visit our living showcase. We don't presume to know all the answers. In fact, we're counting on the cooperation of American industry to provide their very best thinking during the planning and the creation of our experimental prototype community of tomorrow. And most important of all, when EPCOT has become a reality and we find the need for technologies that don't even exist today, it's our hope that EPCOT will stimulate American industry to develop new solutions that will meet the needs of people expressed right here in this experimental community.
If the communities of tomorrow are to serve the people of tomorrow, the ideas and aspirations of today's young people must be known and considered. And so the Disney staff has created, as a major EPCOT satellite, an international concept designed to bring together the people of the world in the true family of man spirit. The World Showcase, a unique concept promoting understanding among nations of the world through people-to-people contact between the youth of the world. The World Showcase, a showcase of the world, a showcase to the world. Here, the nations of the world will meet on a co-equal basis to communicate their culture and heritage, their tourism and trade, their past history, and future hopes and dreams. Here, young people from all over the earth will come to operate the attractions, to serve the distinctive foods, and to sell the unique merchandise of their native lands. Unlike a World's Fair, EPCOT's World Showcase will be a permanent international exhibition. No nation's exhibit will be torn down after 1 year or less, the standard procedure at World's Fairs. Instead, the one-time construction costs will go on working for a country for many years at Walt Disney World. Here, the nations of the world will stand side by side in friendship in two semicircular buildings. This semicircular design not only will offer equal exposure and public access for each nation, but will also function as an interrelated series of experiences for every guest. For the entire complex of attractions and exhibits will be tied together by a Disney people-moving system that will offer visitors a preview look into each pavilion. While they stand side by side on the outside, each nation will present its own unique attractions and exhibits inside. Disney Imagineers will work with each country to create these attractions for the major nations of the world or for consortiums of leading companies representing their nations. Each will feature a Disney-developed show or ride system designed to offer the fun and flavor of an actual visit to the country itself. And now let's take a trip through these pavilions, through the magic of the preliminary concept created by the Disney staff. These models and sketches, of course, will change as time passes and the Disney designers work with the participating nations. But the concepts you will see are simply a starting point for discussion with each nation. France. A village square and a sidewalk cafe that not only serves the traditional aperitif, but also serves as your front row seat for a scenic ride through Paris and the French countryside. Great Britain. Climb aboard a London double-decker departing Piccadilly Circus every few moments for castles, cottages, and cobblestone streets. The Soviet Union. Ride through Red Square to the new cities of modern Russia. The world's Arab nations. A magic carpet will carry you on a trip through the wonders of ancient lands. The Netherlands. Board a Dutch canal boat for a ride through the lowlands. And then next door in Germany, soar high on an aerial journey through a winter wonderland in the Bavarian Alps. Canada. A panoramic visit to Canada the Beautiful. All around you through the magic eye of circle vision. And in the Scandinavian countries, a majestic voyage through the fjord lands aboard the unique ferry boat theater. Japan. You are there as you experience the high-speed train ride through the Japanese countryside. And always, it seems, in the shadow of majestic Mount Fuji. Sunny Mexico, where you join the excursion by boat to Lake Xochimilco, and along the waterway, see the wonders of this ancient and modern land. And Brazil. A flight of fancy over the magic city of Rio de Janeiro to the mighty Amazon and other scenic adventures. These concepts for the attractions of participating nations are only part of each country's pavilion. Each pavilion will also serve as an international trade center. Space will be provided to exhibit cultural displays and the products of industry. And there will be places for businessmen and women to meet and promote the products and services of each country. Each participating nation will be allowed to lease as much space as it desires. In the future, a nation's pavilion can grow simply by adding on. But no matter how large the interior area, the outside exposure and access will be equal for all. In the center of the World Showcase will be a courtyard of nations where parades and pageants and special events will be staged by dancers, musicians, and entertainers from participating nations. And famous stars and entertainment groups from around the world will also be featured on stage inside a major theater of the performing arts. EPCOT's World Showcase is a true people-to-people concept. Each participating nation will be invited to send young adults to operate the attractions, shops, restaurants, and exhibits of their own pavilion. But these young people will not only work together at the World Showcase, they will also live and play and learn together in EPCOT's International Village. Sent here by their nation for 6 months or 1 year, these young adults, many of them the future leaders of their nations, will associate in the true spirit of the family of man, generating even greater understanding among the peoples of the world. The ideals of EPCOT's World Showcase serve the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of a better tomorrow for all mankind. With any totally new concept, there must first be a need, then a right time, then a right place to make it happen. For the World Showcase, the time is now, the place is Walt Disney World, and the need was never greater.